Hello, magic people. Solomon AD here. Trying to get back on the train, boat, bus of posting things more often. Um, Make no mistake, my spiritual journey is it's in full swing. But I wanted to talk today about something that I've been using fairly often recently. It's a very controversial subject. I when it comes to the concept of controlling using mystic means, one would typically would think of like a voodoo doll, maybe something in the hoodoo tradition. There's famous goetic names that come to mind. Um, there's a number of dark forces and subjugation things you could do. I was in the need of controlling or influencing a group of people, let's say. Um, so I go to one of my most trusted spirits and one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, I've ever encountered and seen feats of strength from, Tiamat. So I asked her if she could help me control a group of people. And she said, yes. However, I will tell you who is the best controlling spirit of them all. Now, when she means that the natural talent of that spirit is controlling. It's by nature, its default, what it's known for kind of nature is controlling. So that's why it is the best at it. You wouldn't necessarily go to a lawyer to do a plumber's job, but if it's a basic plumbing job, I'm sure a lawyer could do it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So when I was kind of like trying to guess who she was going to talk about, again, there's famous goetic names. I had thought maybe I'd even do like a Saturnian magic square to do things. I was thinking Saturn, right? She told me, and she showed me very vividly in a lot of disturbing ways, that the best controlling spirit there is, well, we all know it. You just have to look around. You just have to do a population census of the most populous religions in the world. The JCI concept, it's not even just one entity. It's not just one entity. It's the concept of the patriarchal Godhead that is pretty much the best at controlling. This goes, this ranges from a lot of different concepts. Again, I'm not like, if you know anything about my journey, about my how I operate, I'm not polarized at all. I work very closely with a lot of celestial powers and very demonic powers and very, very stark adversarial powers as well. The thing is with the JCI, whether it's Yod He Vav He, Tetragrammaton, Allah, this extends to Marduk and sometimes even Zeus. But the way that she showed me was the Gnostic demiurge, Yaldabaoth. And Yaldabaoth, without going, this is like a big discussion, but without going too far into it, this connects to Samael, both angelic and demonic. When you that demiurgic force can subjugate, it can control, and the tool that she pointed to me to use to highest effect is the first pentacle of the sun, found in Grimoire Magic, found in one of the Keys of Solomon, one of the Solomonic books, and it's basically a solar pentacle that commands force over living creatures, spirits, everything. The way I feel it it's like the Saturnian force of the sun. It's the pentacle with the bearded guy, on it. This led me um, to eventually getting that pentacle or rendition of that pentacle tattooed on me to bind that energy to me so that I could use it. There's pictures on my Facebook if you want to look at it. The thing, so like I have found and used this to great effect. I have used it to great effect. I really should be using it more. But I think I'm still trying to feel out the tattoo version, and that's another video. But essentially, I just thought, for the sake of discussion, that the Godhead of the Western right hand path of it's not even just Christianity, it's not just Islam, it's a lot of conservative thoughts too, like branch off from this concept. Again, it's Marduk as well. The second generation of high masculine divine intelligence is what she's talking about. Like Marduk had 55 names, Allah has 99 names, Tetragrammaton has 72. All of these are like essentially like people wonder why like that God wants to get its ass kissed all the time. This is like an example of how it does that. So this force I have found to be like the best at controlling. Now, all of this stuff in the occult is very custom tailored to an individual. So if you do have a resentment or some kind of like allergy, for lack of better words, towards that kind of pantheon, to that kind of energy, to that kind of concept, you may be better off with someone like King Paimon if you need to influence. The thing that I have come, it's kind of it's a little bit of an oddity. Pretty much all demonic forces are aligned to the left, which is more liberal, whilst celestials are to the right, which is more conservative. That being said, all left-styled entities are founded on the principles of freedom. Now they can go to the extreme, to where you go so far to the left, you have anarchy. Same thing with the right, where you have order, and if you go too far to the right, you'll have tyranny. So I notice a difference in approach that some of the demonic will have when it comes to binding or influencing others, compared to the celestial type. Most notably, like when using the first pentacle of the sun, because I've also used the archangel of Saturn, and she has from what I've seen, has a generally gentle approach, but gets the job done pretty fast. So yeah, it's a bit of a controversial subject. I am totally willing to comment more on this and talk about details. By no means am I saying you have to go out and if you want to control somebody, you have to do it this way. I just find it it's very odd, because not many people think of that, like using that in practical workings. But it is there, and it's the best. I've seen the best results as far as influence goes. It's the best I've ever used. So tell me what you think. Again, I know it's a controversial subject. I'm not trying to offend anyone. It's just in my occult laboratory, this is what I found, and it's yielding results. So if you got opinions, comment down below or wherever. May that serve you well.